If I told you that the difference between needing help at 75 and walking independently at 90 comes down to just a few minutes a day, would you believe me? Most people assume aging is a slow, unavoidable decline. That stiffness, weakness, and loss of balance are simply the price we pay for getting older. But what if that belief is not only incomplete, but dangerously misleading? Right now, millions of Americans are on a predictable path. Not because they're careless, but because they're following a lifestyle that quietly removes movement from their daily lives. Chairs replace the floor. Elevators replace stairs. Convenience replaces motion. And over time, the body adapts. Not by staying strong, but by becoming weaker, stiffer, and less responsive. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The body doesn't age nearly as fast as it deconditions. Muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, can begin as early as your 30s. Balance declines when the nervous system isn't challenged. Joint stiffness increases when full ranges of motion aren't used. And once these changes compound, even simple tasks, standing up, walking steadily, catching your balance, become difficult. But here's the part most people don't hear enough. This process is not fixed. It's not locked in. And in many cases, it's reversible. There are places in the world where aging looks very different. Where people in their 80s and 90s don't just survive, they move with control, stability, and confidence. Not because they train harder, but because they move smarter. In Japan, many older adults don't separate exercise from life. They don't rely on structured workouts as their primary source of movement. Instead, movement is built into their daily rhythm. They sit on the floor. They stand up often. They walk, stretch, squat, and shift their bodies naturally throughout the day. And over decades, that consistency creates something powerful: resilience. Today, I'm going to show you 7 simple, evidence-based movement patterns inspired by those daily habits. These are not workouts. They are foundational human movements that directly target the systems most responsible for aging well: strength, mobility, balance, coordination, and neurological function. More importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to use them, safely, practically, and in a way that fits into your life starting today. Because this is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters, consistently. Let's start with one of the most critical abilities you can have as you age, and one that is often lost quietly until it's urgently needed: the ability to get up from the ground. Think about this for a moment. If you were to sit down on the floor right now, how easily could you stand back up without using your hands, without grabbing onto something? This isn't just a test of strength. It's a measure of your overall functional health. Studies have shown that the ability to rise from the floor is strongly associated with longevity and independence. It requires coordination between your legs, core, and upper body, as well as balance and joint mobility. To begin practicing this safely, you don't need to drop straight to the floor. Start with a low surface, a firm cushion or a sturdy stool. Sit down slowly. Place one foot flat on the ground, then the other. Lean your torso forward slightly. This is key because it shifts your center of gravity over your base of support. Then press through your heels and stand. If needed, use your hands on a chair or table. That's not a limitation. It's a progression strategy. What you're doing here is retraining your body to coordinate multiple muscle groups at once. You're strengthening your quadriceps and glutes, which are essential for walking and climbing stairs. You're engaging your core, which stabilizes your spine. And you're reinforcing a movement pattern that could one day prevent a fall from becoming a crisis. Practice this a few times each morning, not to exhaustion, but to familiarity. Now let's move upward to the spine, which is central to nearly every movement you make. One of the most effective ways to maintain spinal health is through gentle, repeated motion. Not forceful stretching, not high-impact activity, but controlled movement through natural ranges. A simple movement known as the cat-cow pattern is incredibly effective for this. When you move your spine from a rounded position to an extended one, you're doing more than stretching muscles. You're facilitating the flow of nutrients into your spinal discs. These discs rely on movement to stay hydrated and functional. To do this, position yourself on your hands and knees. As you inhale, allow your abdomen to lower slightly. Lift your chest and gently look forward. As you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin, and draw your abdomen inward. Move slowly, smoothly. This helps reduce stiffness, improves posture, and can even support digestion through gentle internal pressure changes. Do this daily, especially in the morning, when the spine tends to be stiffest. Now consider something most people overlook entirely: your feet. Your feet are not just passive structures. They are highly sensitive, complex systems that communicate constantly with your brain. They provide feedback about surface, position, and balance. When foot mobility decreases, balance becomes less reliable. Reaction time slows. The risk of falling increases. A simple daily routine can maintain this connection. While seated, extend one leg. Point your toes forward, then pull them back toward you. Slowly rotate your ankle in circles. Spread your toes apart, then relax them. These movements stimulate circulation, maintain joint range, and keep neural pathways active. You're not just moving your feet, you're maintaining communication between your brain and your body. Now let's talk about balance directly. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury in older adults. But balance is not something you either have or don't have. It's a skill. And like any skill, it improves with practice. A powerful way to train it is through slow, controlled walking in a straight line, placing one foot directly in front of the other. This challenges your stability systems in a very direct way. It forces your body to make constant small adjustments. Your core engages, your legs stabilize, your brain processes spatial information. Start slowly. Use a wall if needed. Focus on control, not speed. Even 1 minute a day can make a measurable difference over time. Now let's build strength, but in a way that directly translates to real life. The supported squat is one of the most functional movements you can practice. It mimics sitting, standing, lifting, and many other daily actions. Stand near a chair or countertop. Lower your body slightly, as if you're about to sit. Keep your chest upright and your weight in your heels. Hold that position briefly, then rise. This builds strength in your lower body, while also improving joint stability. And here's the key. You're training strength in the exact pattern you use every day. That's what makes it effective. Now shift your attention to your hands. Fine motor control often declines gradually, but it plays a major role in independence. From opening containers to writing to handling small objects, your hands are constantly in use. They are also closely connected to brain function. Simple movements, spreading your fingers, forming fists, rotating your wrists, can help maintain both dexterity and neural activity. It may seem small, but over time it matters. Finally, consider tension in your face and scalp. Chronic tension can affect circulation, contribute to headaches, and even impact how you feel throughout the day. A brief, gentle massage can stimulate blood flow and promote relaxation. Use your fingertips to make small circles along your jaw. Tap lightly under your cheekbones and massage your scalp. It takes less than 2 minutes, but the cumulative effect is meaningful. Now step back and look at the bigger picture. None of these movements are intense. None of them require special equipment. None of them demand large blocks of time. And that's exactly why they work. Because you can do them every day. From a physiological standpoint, the body responds best to consistent, moderate input. This is how muscles are maintained, how joints stay mobile, and how the nervous system stays sharp. It's not about pushing harder, it's about not stopping. If you do these movements regularly, you're sending a clear message to your body. Stay capable, and your body listens. Over time, you may notice that getting up feels easier, that your balance improves, that stiffness decreases, that you feel more confident moving through your day. And confidence matters, because fear of falling often leads to less movement, which leads to more decline. This breaks that cycle. If you're just starting, don't try to do everything at once. Choose 2 movements. Make them part of your routine. Then gradually build. The goal is not perfection. The goal is continuity. Because aging well is not about dramatic changes. It's about small, consistent actions that compound over time. And it starts with something simple. Move. Just a little more often, every single day. That's how you stay strong. That's how you stay independent. And that's how you take control of how you age.